tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. So in the previous lesson, we studied the 7 awakening factors, the mindfulness, investigation of principle, energy, rapture, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. So those are the 7 factors of the awakening factors. It arises in the insight, during the insight time, when you practice insight meditation, vipassana, up to high level, then these awakening factors will stronger and increase during your wisdom of the insight meditation. When the 7 awakening factors strong enough, is the preparation period for the person before they attain the path, become a noble person. So that is the last week previous lesson. So today's lesson is based on the previous lesson when we talk about there are kind of rapture. The rapture awakening factors is not worldly, not the worldly one. The rapture of the awakening factors is different from the worldly rapture one, because the worldly one is concerning of the bait of the cycle of rebirth, concerned with the samsara, and it's not truly rapture, not truly happiness when we talk about the awakening factor. And because it leads to the cycle of rebirth, or it concerning the condition of the world or characteristic of the world. So today we will understand more about what we call worldly condition, or condition of the world, or characteristic of the world. That's why we have today's topic in this Shaky world. So the topic is based on the Anguttara Nikaya, the collection of number discourses. The Buddha said, bhikkhus, the 8 worldly conditions, lokadhamma, revolve around the world. It means that it tying this world, tying this life, not giving up this life, is not turning away from the world. And this world, this life, revolving around these 8 worldly conditions. It means that wherever we still exist in the world, these 8 conditions will tirelessly follow us, or one after another. Okay, there's 8 of them: gain and loss, fame and disgrace, blame and praise, pleasure and pain. So all these 8 always try to follow us one after another, not tirelessly to turning away from us. So among those 8, for the worldly person, ordinary person, and the noble disciple, both of them face up with these 8, the same. You got it? The ordinary person and the noble person, they face up with these 8, the same. But the ordinary person, they are a kind of unlearned ordinary person and learned ordinary person. So for the unlearned ordinary person, ordinary refer to the one who still have the defilement, who like us, who still have greed, anger, and delusion. And the unlearned one refer to the one don't understand, don't know the teaching of the Buddha. So they are different from the one understand the teaching of the Buddha, the learned one. So how is different? So when the gain occur to an unlearned ordinary person, they don't reflect for themselves, they don't think for themselves that, oh, okay, gain occurred to me. Gain means you get something material thing, like your business go good and you get a lot of money come, or you win lottery, something like that. You get something materiality. So gain occurred to me. The unlearned ordinary person don't think that gain occurred to me. It's impermanent, unsatisfied, and changeable. It have the characteristic of change. It's subject to be changed. They don't know that this gain, this materiality, have the characteristic of impermanence. It not last forever. It occur for some time and it disappear. They don't think that. They don't know that it's unsatisfied. You never satisfied of what you get. You win lottery, the small one, but you want a big one, and you want more. You never want less than that. Unsatisfied and changeable, because it will change, not last forever. So, but the unlearned ordinary person don't reflect like that. They don't truly understand that. The same with loss, the same with fame, the same with disgrace, with praise, with blame, with the pleasure, and with pain. They don't reflect that it occurred to me. It have the characteristic of impermanence, unsatisfied, and changeable. And because they don't reflect like that, these gain, loss, fame, disgrace, blame, praise, pleasure, and pain occupy their mind. Occupy means seize and achieve their mind. And because it achieved their mind, so they start to like. I like to gain more. I don't like losing it. So you favor gain and oppose the loss. You favor the fame and oppose disgrace. You favor the praise and oppose the blame. You favor the pleasure and oppose the pain. You want more and more happiness, doesn't want to face suffering. You want more and more praising, people like you. No, you doesn't like blaming. You want more and more famous, don't want the disgracing. You want more and more money, material things for your life, don't want to lose anything of them. But those things have the characteristic of impermanence, not last forever, changeable, and unsatisfied, never enough for you. But you don't know that. You want more and more like that. That's why you suffer. And the Buddha said that they are not because full of favoring and opposing, full of like and dislike. They are not free from rebirth, old age, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress. They are not free from suffering. So that is the case for the unlearned ordinary person. For the learned, the noble disciple, they also face up with the same thing with the ordinary one, because whoever born in this world, in this life, they all face up with all these things. No escape, even the Buddha. But the way they face up with that is different. So when gain occurred to a learned noble disciple, they reflect, gain occurred to me. It's impermanent, I know that. It's unsatisfied, I know that. It's changeable, it's subject to be changed. I know that, truly understand that. The same with loss, with fame, with disgrace, with blame, with praise, with pleasure, with pain. He truly understands that. So when they truly understand that, those things not occupy their mind, not seize their mind and successfully there. And because of that, they don't favor fame or not oppose the disgrace. Uh, they don't favor gain or oppose the loss. They don't favor praise and oppose blame. They don't favor pleasure and oppose pain. They neither like it nor don't like it. And because of that, they not feeling sad when it go away, when it lost, not satisfy their mind. And because of that, they are free from rebirth, old age, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress. I say they free from suffering. So the Buddha, even the Buddha, he still exists. Before he nibbana, he's still with us, and he also faced up with these things. But his mind doesn't affect by that. You still remember some of the story that the people, the queen, hire a group of people and criticize the Buddha, and Venerable Ananda invite the Buddha, maybe we go somewhere else. But the Buddha said, no, that's okay. They not last for long. And after 7 days, they so tired, and they finished criticizing that. Because for him, there's a claiming, but it have the characteristic of impermanence, unsatisfied, and changeable. It come and it go. You cannot change the word, but you can change your mind, how you face up with the problem come to you. You can apply it for your life too. Sometimes our life is not always as we want. We're not successful all the time. We're not doing business not good all the time. Sometimes we not good in doing business too. But the wise person would know that it is impermanence too. It's changeable too. So now it's not good for you. You don't like it, the last one, but it's changeable. Sometime you getting better. That's the difference between the learned disciple and the unlearned ordinary person. But we'll be better if we become a noble disciple. I take a quote in Sutta Nipata, the discourse called Blessing, Mangala Sutta. Though touched by worldly condition, their mind does not tremble. Sorrowless, standless, and secure, this is the highest blessing. So for the noble disciple, when they touched by worldly condition refer to the 8 condition we just talked about. Wherever we exist in the world, we still have this body. We have to face up with these 8 worldly condition. Touch means reach contact by these worldly condition. Their mind will not tremble. Their mind, whoever mind, even the one who just start practicing, or the one who practicing in the middle level, or the one practicing for a long time, it doesn't matter. Matter is that their mind not tremble. Not tremble means not shake, not agitate. So the person not affect, not tremble by the 8 worldly condition when touched by them. So that kind of mind is called the highest blessing. So everybody wants blessing, right? But this is truly blessing. Your mind is not trembled by the worldly condition. And that mind, it refers to the mind of the Arhat, who eradicate the defilement. No greed, no anger, no delusion. That's why their mind is not tremble. We have the example here, just like a wind, as a wind cannot stir a solid mass of rock. So the same sight, taste, sound, smell, touches, and idea, whether like or dislike, not disturbed, not affected, the one whose mind steady and free like Arahant. So for the Arahant, for the one who eradicate on the defilement, their mind steady like a solid mass of rock. Wind blow, 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 but not affect them. So whether the sixth sense object come to them, they don't like or they don't dislike. They don't favor anything, they don't oppose anything. They just observe when it come and observe when it disappear. That's why their minds not tremble in this meaning. That is the highest blessing. For sure, we not reach that level. We will try to practice to that level, and to get the blessing, the truly blessing. You cannot ask the wind, please stop blowing, but you know how to change your mind to face up with that. Okay. Sorrowless means no more sorrow, no more grief. You pull the dart of anxiety. Stainless means no more, is without impurity, demolish on the pollution. And secure means without fear, without mishap. So the mind of the Arahants, they are sorrowless. They no more grief, no more sorrow, no more internal heartache, no burning inside their mind. They have the stainless mind, mean the disappearing of the dust of greed, anger, and delusion. They secure from four kind of yoke. You know, the yoke for the cow when the farmer do the in the field. So this is the simile that the Buddha referred to four kind of defilement. It's tagged to your body and carry along the cycle of rebirth. It referred to the yoke of sensual desire, sensual pleasure, to the wishing to continue exist in another life, the wrong view and ignorance. So that's four kind of yoke. So the mind of the Arahant is free, is secure from four kind of yoke. So the person who not tremble, the person who is not that does not tremble when they face up with the eight worldly condition, their mind is sorrowless, their mind is stainless from the greed, anger, and delusion, dust, and secure from four kind of yoke. That four kind of mind is called the highest blessing. It refers to the mind of the Arahant who eradicate all kind of defilement. So today's topic, we learn the eight worldly condition. That is the gain and loss, fame and disgrace, blame and praise, pleasure and pain. These eight worldly conditions always follow us wherever we exist in the samsara and the cycle of rebirth. When we still have the body, it's still always one after another follow us. No exception. Even the Buddha, even the noble disciple. But the way we face up with that is different. For the unlearned ordinary person, for the Buddhajana, the unlearned Buddhajana, they don't understand the teaching of the Buddha. When they face up with that, they favor the gain and oppose the loss. They like to get more famous, like fame, and don't like defame. They like to stay with the pleasure thing and doesn't like suffering thing. They like to be praised, not like to be fame, and be blamed. So because of that, they suffer and not free from the cycle of rebirth. But the noble disciple or the learned ordinary person like us, we try to practice, right? So we not when it come to us, when the gain come to us, when we get something, we know that it have the characteristic of impermanence. It have the characteristic of unsatisfied, and it subject to be changed. So we know that we keep our mind calm and peaceful when it come. So when it come, we don't too much like it. We don't too much favor it. And when it go, we not too much suffer from it. So that's how we unshakable in this shaky world. So that's the main point of today's topic. So if we practice more and more, our mind will be strong enough, like an arahant, just like a solid mass of rock, does not tremble, even the wind try to destroy them. And one day, no sorrow, no heat in our mind, no more dust, and secure from 8 kind of yoke. That is the highest blessing. So for the new year, there's a blessing which all of us will soon get these 4 kind of blessing. Thank you for your listening.
Okay, today we learned the 4 pair: gain, fame, pleasure, and what's it? The gain, fame, pleasure, and fame. Yeah, gain, fame, pleasure, and the last one, praise. Yes, the 4, and it's often referred to the 8 wings, the 8 winds, wind blowing us. So it's an analogy that like a tree and a boulder, we call the mountains. So the tree, when the wind blow, or gusty wind, or I should say storm, the trees shake, rattle, shake, bend according to the wind. But the mountain or the big boulder, it won't be affected. So now we need to look at ourselves. Are we a tree or a boulder or a mountain? I think we are not arahant yet. So definitely we are a tree. But with that, it's not hopeless. It's just something that we can do something about it. Even though we are not an arahant, we have not completely eradicated greed, anger, and delusion. But we can do something with it. We can still keep ourselves calm and less affect, be less affect of it. For example, when we have something, when we gain something, normally people tend to become very ecstatic. They become very happy, very joy. They jump up and down and they scream, and as you know, they just let it all out. That's common practice for almost everybody who we call ordinary unlearned, right? If we're happy, we want to be happy to the max, okay? But remember one thing: the more happy, the more ecstatic, the worse of the suffering is. Right? So in this case, the Buddha taught us that even though we are not yet attain arahantship, we can still remain calm. We don't want just to be indifferent when something good happened. You know that when something good happened, you know in your mind that you feel happy. You know that you have done something right. You learn that you have done something good, right, so that you can maintain. But you don't have to, bust the roof to enjoy it, right? So you stay calm, aware of the happy feeling, aware of your accomplishment, but remain, stable and calm. Don't go ballistic. So the same way, when you lose something or you get blamed, you get, defamed, you still have to follow that same method. Stay calm, no matter how people throw rock at you, rotten eggs at you. You have to stay calm. Don't get angry. Don't get disappointed. Then your suffering would be minimum, be less. But we don't do that, right? When we have something, we go ballistic. We happy. We just wanna, scream and jump and roll and whatever you can do to express your joy. And when something bad happened, you beat your chest, you lament it, you cry, you do, all kind of things to show that you are so in grief, you so, thing. So the more you do that, you just worsen the situation. So the Buddha taught us that in the situation like that, also remain calm. And that's how your suffering be minimized, right? We often, encourage each other when something bad happened. There's a mishap. We suffer. We have sorrow. We anguish about it. We broke down. So people often tell us to calm down, right? Stay calm. Okay, keep a peace. But they don't tell you when you go ballistic when something good happened, do you? When you win a lottery, you want to scream to the world that you are so happy. You have this. Has anyone tell you, okay, stay calm? Nobody. They want you, be happy. They just gonna juice you up to be more, right? So we often, take the good thing, too much. So that's why when we lose, we feel so much worse than it actually is. It's because we put a lot of emotion into it. So now we learn that even good things happen, you still have to remain calm. That's the difference between an arahant and an ordinary person. A lot of people are saying, oh, being an arahant, there's no like, no dislike, no happy, no sad. Look like you're indifferent. You're like a stone, no emotion. But an arahant, he's a human. He's a person with feeling. He also has everything that we have. The only thing that he's different from us is the state of the mind. He knows how to keep calm, equanimity, different from us. We always get jitter, we always get shaky, we always get agitated. That's the only difference. He has blood and flesh like us. He still have everything that we have, faculty, everything. The only thing that he's different is the state of mind, the practice that got him to stay calm at all cases, on situation. So this eight type of wind or storm or whatever you put it, the Buddha taught us that it affects every single one of beings, every one of us. Animal, non-human, any sentient being will be affected by this at one level or the other. So even the Buddha, he mentioned, even the Buddha also get affected. He mentioned that the Buddha and the attendant Ananda went into a village. There was a queen, a small queen from a small country, held a grudge with the Buddha. So she hit the Buddha whenever the Buddha around. She hired a group of people to come and disturb the Buddha by attack the Buddha with all the bad words and all that kind of thing. And Ananda invite the Buddha to go elsewhere. And the Buddha say, if I go elsewhere, there's gonna be another group will attack me, verbally attack me like this. And then if I go to another place, and then another group will attack me, so where will I go? So the Buddha said, don't worry about it. They will get tired in 7 days and stop the madness, stop the harassment. Indeed, after 7 days, they got tired because the Buddha never respond, reciprocate. He stayed calm, right? He stay calm. So eventually, the harassment die out. They get bored. Imagine that. If you don't reciprocate, they get bored. They feel silly. Somebody keep calling you and keep coming, yell to your face, and now they just stay calm. And so for a moment, they feel silly. So they gave up. So it happened to the Buddha. So the Buddha stay calm. He won't be affected by all this harassment. So there you go. It's affect the Buddha too. But the only thing different from us, we different from the Buddha, is we react to it. We'll find way to retaliate. We'll find way to combat it. And that's how suffering continues to go on around the world. That's why we learn that. So we are not yet an arahant. Then we should be a learned ordinary person, different than ordinary unlearned. So even if you have, even you get a little bit shaky, but then remember the teaching, get back on your feet, and and stay calm. I won't ask you to remain stable or strong when things like this happen, because we still have greed, anger, and delusion rooted in us. At some level, we will be affected. But remember, okay, go back, stay calm, again, get a hold of it and remain calm. And don't get shaky, and things will be better. Okay? A lot of people keep asking. Go ahead. Yes? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So this was actually something that I'd like some guidance on.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the family. So, my family and actually David's family, we're kind of connected.
Mm.
And they're Catholic.
Okay.
And, their faith is very important to them.
Okay.
And, sort of their beliefs is like if you're not Catholic, that you'll die and go to hell forever. So they feel like everyone should be Catholic.
Mm.
And so, because before I didn't really say that I'm Buddhist or was coming here. I just kept it to myself. No one asked, so I didn't say anything. But now, because I have a baby on the way, and they're going to be grandparents, and with David coming and his family kind of knowing, that we're talking about it. What I'm afraid of is creating conflict within the family, because them feeling that I'm not Catholic or they can't raise their grandbaby Catholic would cause them suffering. And then also, the judgment and the not accepting could potentially cause me to feel anger. So I've just been trying to figure out how to be wise and skillfully navigate that situation without causing suffering on either side. So I would love some guidance on that.
Yes. Situation like this is very limited for us to do, because it has to do with someone else, right? We can't stop people from thinking or do what they do or think what they think about us. But then again, it's not really important. The important is us, how we lead us. Because at the end of the day, if something happened, you are the one who suffer, right? No matter how much they want to help you, the suffering, they cannot bear the burden for you. So if you do something wrong, you are the one who bear the burden. So yeah, their opinion is important, but it's not the most important thing. It's you. So if you feel like if you do this, it makes you feel happier and clearer and things like that, then by all means, because you need to in charge of your life. And if they think that what they do is right, it's okay, respect that, but cannot, dictate other people doing. So we need to be on our toe of what we believe in. And if they proven that what you do is not right, then you gotta continue to live it right, to let them see that, they're wrong about it. That's okay. So it's okay. It's very difficult. Situation later difficult, and sometimes it's kind of hard to wait out and just kind of push it aside right now. I give you an example. I'm a Buddhist, and not only that, I'm a Buddhist monk. My sister my eldest sister, she's Catholic. And every time I come home to the Catholic family. And her house everywhere is all crucifix, Mother Mary, Jesus Christ, and everywhere in the house. So we respect each other. And if we have something, we ask. But then again, we cannot force someone to believe, what other people believe. We respect each other differences. And we just come together as family. We only talk about family situation. And if something that she want to know about Buddhism, I'm ready to tell her. And if I want to know something about Catholic, I ask her, she's ready to tell me, and then we stop at that. We cannot say that your belief is right, my belief is wrong, vice versa. Because that's sort of the argument, the dispute in the family, and that's not good. It's okay. Eventually, if we understand, it's good. If not, we can coexist without impeding each other life. So for that, I don't know what else that to advise you, but just only that, just respect, just only family. Leave the politics, leave the religion aside, because when you open this can of worms, it's very hard to close it. So just prove what your practice is correct, and just be an example by practice, not by word. Lead the example by practice. Yeah. So, but then again, Buddhism is not that it's happened to every one of us, and you can't deny it. Like we talk about the 8 storm or 8 winds. Tell me you are different. Tell me you are not affected. And tell me that how you react does make it better. I say it, the more ecstatic, if something good happened to you, if you gain, the more ecstatic, fall back to this one. Just like the higher you go, the heavier the fall, right? So we don't ask you to be indifferent, to be emotionless, but ask you to stay calm. In that way, everything be better, in the outcome. Yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know what else I could advise you on that one.
Yeah. No, that was helpful because, I mean, it's kind of what I thought, but it's part of wisdom is to be skillful with the practice. And so I wanted, I'm going to live by the Buddhist principles. I'm Buddhist.
Right.
That's important to me, but I also didn't want to cause suffering to the family, but I think you're right. Just, whatever they feel, if there's anger towards me or judgment, just treat it with loving kindness.
Exactly.
In return, to set that example, and then probably eventually they'll, be accepted if I'm,
Exactly.
treat everyone, because I mean they're good people. They do good for others. I respect them and all that. It's just the beliefs are different. So
Yeah.
I think just meeting everything that I get with loving kindness.
Exactly.
Will be the answer.
Right. The religion always the right way the belief always guide you to care, to love, and to live the moral life. There's some standards a little bit off, but basically it's the same, right? So in Catholic, they also taught to be love and all that too. In Buddhism, we also too, right? So what's the difference, right? It's just how you live your life. And some people declare no religion, but yet they still have all the good quality, morality, So we can't just, be, on one side, short sight on things like that. So even if they treat you differently, then even if they come to you with a lot of harassment, then you be like the Buddha, stay calm and loving as much as possible. And then eventually they feel silly. I've had that all the time when I walk out on the street. I get attacked a lot because I'm different. I have a different religion, right? But then again, it's okay. If they harsh to me, I just remain calm and happy. They tell me to go away. Like, why should I go away? It's public, right? I don't enter your house. It's public. It's the road. It's built for everybody. We pay tax. We enjoy. So tell me to go away. Where should I go? like that. So I stay calm, and eventually that person feels silly. Yeah, right. Yeah. So the eight, go back to the topic, the 8 winds are the 8 condition of the world condition. We learned that whenever we have gain, we should know that one day we will lose, and that's the nature of it. If we have it and then we don't have it, then we need to accept it and then rebuild it. Don't get disappointed, don't be hopeless, because that's the way it is. What go down will go, what go up will go down, and then it go up again. It's the fluctuate of life. And if you're skillful, then you should get back on your feet. And if you have good thing, understand, cherish it. And when it's no more, then rebuild it. And if you can't rebuild it, just accept that it's no more. It's how it is. Don't get, it's not the end of the world. And we mentioned that don't wait until, because when you lose something, that means that your punya or the thing that's, wear off, that's why you lose it. So in Asian culture, and especially Buddhist practice, they often see something happen, they immediately try to fill it up, like doing good thing, try to build up the punya to replenish it. And then you don't have to wait until you completely, drain out of it and then start lament it. But, something happened, you need to replenish. That's why we continue to do good thing. And you don't have to worry about bad thing, because it will be automatically, without reminded, you will be always acted on the bad side. But we always reminded to be good thing, good wholesome, do wholesome deed to build up the punya. Yeah. A lot of, in the doctrine we read, and it's point out a lot of thing about being in the heaven realm. I think we all like to know what is up there. I couldn't talk enough of it. In heaven, material-wise, it's very difficult for being up there to see the diminish of the material, because it's always abundant for them to use. So being up there is overindulgent. They don't see the suffering part in material-wise. They don't get sick, they don't get old, they don't lose the material that we have here. So it's very difficult for them to see the teaching of the Buddha, the effective of the teaching of the Buddha, because material-wise they see very abundant, right? Until one day it's all gone, and then boom, they just fell down. They just fell down to the lower realm. But in the human realm, we may not have the abundancy, the luxury like the human, but we do see the up and down of the world, right? And that's a wake-up call for us. So that helps us a lot. Help us to prevent it. Help us to minimize the suffering that we could face worse. So there you go. It's not bad at all in the human realm, right? In the heaven realm, they enjoy beautiful sound. They see beautiful image. They smell beautiful scent. They feel and touch, laying on a very comfortable bed, and the textures and everything. They enjoy to the max. But if they don't know the teaching of the Buddha, when it's completely gone, they just fell out. But having been up there, some of them do know the teaching of the Buddha, so they realize the punya is about to drain. They quickly replenish, like the king Shaka, the king of heaven, Tawatimsa, heaven 33. We talk about that, King Shaka. The moment he realized that his punya start to wear off, he immediately come to the human realm and start making more punya. So there you go. It's not something that we despair, or afraid, or get disappointed, or become hopeless when something bad happened. We just realize this and then rebuild it, and know the technique and stay calm. And that way we can be okay. Because sometimes people are saying that, to attain the arahant it seems to be so hard, so far-fetched. So now I have to face suffering all the time, and you become very kind of disappointed or feel hopeless. It's not so. You can still lead a good life, a comfortable life, happy life, while being an ordinary person. It's just the skill, the thing that you do. It's just that we often trip and fall, but we need to get up. Different than the person who's very mindful and he avoid all the obstacle and won't ever trip. Like the arahant, he's so stable. He keeps his mind equanimity, so he won't ever fall back. But for us, we sometimes can have the equanimity, calmness in our life too. But since because we still have greed, anger, delusion, we often lose. We often, get shaky. We often get this. But if you understand the teaching, you can get back on your feet. So it's more like trial and error, hit and miss, trial and error. But don't give up. Then you can still have a very calm and productive life. Okay? A lot of people complain. They're saying that, now I know the teaching of the Buddha, and I know that I'm so bad, and and they feel so hopeless. It's not no need like that. Okay? And people feel hopeless and commit suicide when they lose everything. Well, it's because they don't know better, because that's the way it is. And if you still have your breath, you're still alive, you can always rebuild it. And I have seen people like that. Many people rebuild their life, get back on their feet, and they will be at the top of the society again. So don't be hopeless, okay? So it's this 8 condition, worldly condition, or 8, we call 8 winds, we get the wind blow, shake us. It's happened to every one of us, no exceptions, okay? So any questions? So remember the 4, I think, huh? Okay, 4, but it's actually 4 bear. 1 is positive, 1 is negative. Gain, fame, praise, and then suffering, pleasure, and then the suffering. So the 4 pairs. Just remember that and stay calm as much as possible. Yeah. Okay. Then it's very difficult. We know that, and sometimes when you put into practice, it's very difficult, and we often get hit before we realize it, and the damage is already done. So how can we do something? Well, the only thing that can do is to practice insight meditation. That's how it helps you. It trains you. It gives you the technique, well versed. So when you meditate alone, without anyone outside that impact, cause you to become shaky, then you have the battle from within. When you meditate, all the defilement can bubbling up and consume you and attack you. So how should you do it? You need to remain calm. Focus on your object of meditation, right? So continue training your mind like this, and then you get the hang of it. When you go outside, facing, obstacle or the fight from the outside, then you know how to handle it. That's how you train. But you learn and you understand about this. When you face situation, when you encounter a situation, your greed, anger, delusion so strong, it's actually jump out and take over, and and you don't know it, and then before you know it, damage already done, right? This is flammable, but then again, if you're not careful, it get into a fire and it become a bonfire, and it's going to be harder to put out. But if you're quick enough, you would put away the flame of the kindle or whatever before the fire start, then not much work to be done. But it takes practice, meditation, insight meditation, always aware of your mind, recognize the negativity in your mind, and quickly divert it, neutralize it, however you can do it. Don't let the shishing get worse. But without the practice of insight meditation, it's very difficult for you to detect this kind of thing, in your state of mind. So that's why you need to continue to do it. Watch your mind at all time, and when something, some vibration in your mind, recognize it and neutralize it. When I say neutralize, kind of make it, go away or divert it or disperse it. Continue to do that again and again. That's the only way you can combat with all the negativity. Otherwise, it will consume you. Yeah. So let's go back to the practice. When you sit and meditate, you will have, the object of the mind will rise. Like, let's say you have, a thought, wanting to do something. Let's say, for example, you sit for 20, 30 minutes and you feel aching, right? Sometimes you feel, oh, so hurt. I need to stand up and, call yourself quit, I sat for an hour, but 30 minutes is good enough. And then you stand up and relieve yourself. It's okay, but then again, you got caught that you don't, you're not persevering, the problem, the thing. You need to build up this strong determination and continue to sit and look at the pain and learn, okay? Or you meditate and then all of a sudden a memory rises and then you get upset, or you meditate and somebody in the house making a loud noise, make it difficult for you to concentrate on your breathing, you get angry. So, anything of that, then you need to contemplating on the state of the mind, the object. Now, your object of your mind is the thing that got you to get upset. So first thing you need to do is to stay calm, okay? Right now, you felt that you get angry, you meditate and your husband make noise or talk too loud and you get bothered by that. You shouldn't be bothered by that. You shouldn't be bothered to begin with. His noise is just only noise, but okay, let's say that you get bothered, you get upset. So if you realize you get upset, so the first thing you need to do is to, stay calm, okay? Focus on your breathing, and your mind is, you feel uncomfortable, not pleasant, then focus on the unpleasant. Don't think about what the other person did or what caused you to get upset, okay? If you do that, you get more upset and you lose your object of meditation. So focus on your object of meditation. Breathe in, breathe out. Watch your upsetting mind, and then breathe in, aware of your in-breath, out-breath. Check your upsetting mind, and then continue, stay calm. I tell you, within a minute or two, how skillful are you? Then within a minute or two, you forget about it, and then you feel like, people make noise like that. Or you have a desire to do something, okay? Right now you devote your time to only to meditate, unless it's an emergency, then you just focus on the desire to do something, aware of it, and then go back to your in-breath and out-breath. In control of it. Don't let your greedy mind or your desire take over you. If you keep doing that, later on, when you're not meditating, you're skillful at it. When you're not meditating or sitting, then your insight tell you what to do right away. You won't be affected. That's how you train your mind. That's how you become better and not be affected by all this kind of thing unnecessarily, okay? But having said that, doesn't mean that when we talk about when you hear something while you meditate, and your job is to be mindful of your in-breath and out-breath, and what you hear is just object or sound. But I don't mean that when your husband or someone is screaming and need help, and you just say, oh, sound, only sound. I don't mean that. Okay, don't come back, because it happened. It happened to people. one time, one man, he was driving a car after he finished meditating, and he was driving and he saw the car coming, and he just contemplated, oh, just seeing. He almost got into an accident. I don't mean that way, okay? When you need to contemplate it, when it's not necessarily to focus on that, then focus on your object of meditation, which is in breath and out, whatever that you are contemplating. But if it's an urgent or something need to get your attention, then yeah, you need to focus, shift your focus and do that, okay? So depends on the situation. A lot of people say, oh, I'm practicing meditation. I don't care what people do, whatever say, right? Like that, okay? All right, continue to practice the insight when you're at home or whatever you do. Be mindful and check your mind at all time. And you realize that, oh, is the negativity about to bust out? Should I act on it or not? It's in your hand, like that. And that's how you improve yourself. Okay. All right. If you have no questions, we can start the sharing merit and loving kindness cultivation.